I met Theo during my first job out of college in Manhattan. At first, he seemed like the perfect friend, supportive, funny, and always ready to lend a hand. I trusted him completely. But slowly, patterns started to emerge. It began with small favors, helping him move, reviewing his work, introducing him to my professional contacts. I thought it was normal. He always thanked me effusively, always promising reciprocity. But the gratitude never turned into real support. Then came the subtle manipulations, asking for money temporarily and conveniently forgetting to pay me back, using my introductions to get opportunities while I received nothing in return, and casually reminding me of my own mistakes to make me feel obligated. One evening, while scrolling through social media, I saw Theo boasting to mutual friends about all the things he'd achieved with Adrian's help. The gnawing feeling in my chest solidified into certainty. Theo wasn't a friend, he was a manipulator. I felt trapped. Part of me wanted to confront him immediately, but the rational side knew that impulsive actions could backfire. Theo was charming and persuasive. He could turn anyone against me in an instant. So, I decided to quietly observe. Every favor he asked, every claim he made to mutual friends, every lie about his own efforts, I documented it all. Screenshots, emails, financial exchanges, and even casual conversations recorded in my notebook. Simultaneously, I started distancing myself subtly, refusing minor favors and observing his reactions. He grew impatient, frustrated, and even tried guilt-tripping me with comments like, "After everything I've done for you, is this how you treat me?" Instead of reacting, I smiled internally. Every complaint, every manipulation attempt became proof of his true nature, a record that would eventually become my weapon. I knew confrontation wouldn't work if done publicly. Theo thrived on attention and could spin narratives in his favor. I needed a subtle, strategic approach. Over a week, I gradually ghosted him. Missed calls, unread texts, delayed responses, all carefully measured. He grew anxious, sending messages that increasingly revealed his entitlement. "Are we still friends? You've been avoiding me." And, "I can't believe you'd ignore me after everything I've done." The more desperate he became, the more evidence he gave me. I saved every interaction meticulously. Friends who started noticing our distance began questioning him, and his defensiveness only strengthened my case. Once I had enough evidence, I planned the final step, leaking his manipulations strategically to our mutual friends. But I had to be careful. It couldn't look like revenge born of anger, only a factual revelation. I drafted a detailed timeline. Favors asked and never reciprocated, money borrowed and not returned, misuse of professional connections, and emotional manipulation. I paired each point with screenshots, recordings, or written proof. Next, I decided the medium, a private group chat we shared with mutual friends. The plan was simple: one clear message outlining all proof, letting the facts speak for themselves, and remaining completely absent from the drama, letting Theo incriminate himself. The day came. I sent the message during a quiet evening, carefully timed when most friends were online. Within minutes, reactions poured in, shocked emojis, comments of disbelief, and questions about specific incidents. Theo tried to justify himself in private messages, unaware that I wasn't replying. Every attempt to defend his actions only added to the evidence. His entitlement, his rationalizations, and his manipulations became visible to everyone. Friends began privately confirming my story, incidents they had previously witnessed but not realized were part of a pattern. The mini-reveals continued as he unwittingly exposed himself further through frantic justifications and attempts to charm others. By the next day, the private group chat had expanded into a wider conversation. Mutual friends discussed his manipulations openly, some sharing additional experiences. Theo's reputation began to crumble. He tried confronting me publicly, but by now, I remained silent. Every accusation he made was countered by the evidence he had provided himself. Friends who had initially been skeptical now questioned him, realizing his charm was a facade. The satisfaction was intense, not because I had humiliated him out of malice, but because justice had been served. Years of being used, manipulated, and undervalued had finally reached their conclusion. As the dust settled, I reflected on the events. Ghosting someone and leaking their misdeeds could easily tip into cruelty. I carefully evaluated whether I had gone too far. But I realized my actions were measured, strategic, and focused on truth, not revenge for revenge's sake. Theo had chosen manipulation over genuine friendship, and my actions revealed reality to all involved. I felt both vindicated and cautious. Revenge can be satisfying, but emotional intelligence ensures it remains just and constructive. Weeks later, some friends approached me privately, thanking me for revealing the truth. Theo, ostracized and cornered, had little recourse. I accepted that closure didn't mean reconciliation. I had reclaimed my energy, restored trust among friends, and learned a valuable lesson: patience, documentation, and strategy triumph over manipulation. Most importantly, I walked away knowing I had acted with intelligence and morality, proving that justice isn't just about punishment, it's about exposing truth, reclaiming power, and moving forward without regret.
Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this, go watch the one on the left and don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel for more tales of triumph over injustice and a saga of ultimate revenge.